This camera came out in 2001, again for $7,000. I bought it today in 2018, 17 years later, for $150. Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm Mo, and today I want to talk to you guys about the 1D Mark I. The first D, I guess, in the camera lineup. There was the 1D, 1D Mark II, 3 and 4. There was the 2N in there somewhere, and then there was also the DS line, and then the 1DX, what we have today. But first, let's get into this unboxing. First battery. By the way, the battery for the 1D and the 1DS Mark II and the 1D Mark II as well are the exact same battery, which is the NP-E3. Alrighty. Wow, this is a big charger. Now this charger can charge up to 2 different batteries at the same time. It plugs in right here. That's awesome. Neat. What else? I'm guessing this is the wire for the charger. And I must say, this charger is in really good condition. Wow. Now the 1D Mark I was originally the first 1D, obviously, and it was a 1.3 times crop. So now the crop sensors that we have today are 1.6 times crop. The 1DS, just like the 1DX, just like any other full frame camera from Canon, doesn't have any crop. The 1D line was a 1.3 crop. Now if you would think about the 7Ds today, the 7D Mark I and 7D Mark II for sports shooting or wildlife shooting, people use them because they can get like a good reach out of them. They already have the crop, so it's like getting a teleconverter to add on to their long lenses. This was used for that. Now this is supposed to give you like 8 frames per second. It's supposed to have that 1.3 crop in addition to your long lens, whatever, 200 or 400 or 600. It'll be a really good combination for sports or wildlife photography. And even though it is a 1.3 times crop, unlike the crop sensors today, like the 7D, it does not take EFS lenses. It only takes EF lenses. Alright, so I'm going to play with this a little bit and then I'll take it out, show you guys some shots. You be the judge whether this 17-year-old camera is worth the money or not. Alright, so let's get started. Right off the bat, this camera is built like a tank. It's really heavy and it is well built, made from magnesium alloy. It's fully weather sealed as well. You have 3 power options. You have the off, you have the on, and then you have this third option over here, which is on with audio. So you know when you're focusing and you hear that beeping sound? That sound is achieved if you have it on with audio, but let's say you're at a church and you have to silent shoot, you would turn it to just on without the audio. This camera is not at all silent. Other than that, you can turn this wheel on and off right here. Let's say you're shooting and you don't want to accidentally press it, so you can turn it off and on over here. You have a custom white balance button, and you could also choose the quality of your photo, whether you want to shoot RAW or JPEG. Coming over to the buttons on the side over here, you can record a memo. Let's say you took a picture and you want to leave a little memo for yourself. You can literally record a memo to yourself right here. I'm not sure if that's really useful nowadays. The menu options are ridiculous. So you have to hold the menu button and then scroll, and let's say you want to go to this menu option here to format your SD card. So you let go of the menu, then you hold the select, you go down to format, you let go of the select, and then you have to hold the select again, go to OK and let go. So this is how the menu works. Obviously nowadays we're all used to touchscreen, or at least we're used to like clicking OK. Here you have to hold on to the menu. Display. So let me first take a picture. Alright, Old Spice, why not? When you click on the display, you can go left and right to choose what kind of display you'd like. So you can have this menu holding the display button, move to the right to look at the folders, still holding the display button, move on again to get this screen. This screen will show you the image and the histogram, or just if you want to just display the image by itself. Let's say you want to zoom into the image. Well, you can't do that. This screen is pretty low resolution. You really just need to use the screen as a reference, just to make sure that you're not, your picture is not overblown or it's too dark. I usually keep it on this screen over here so I can see the histogram and I can see the actual image. Again, it's really low resolution. It's not really for you to pixel peep and zoom in like you used to on your regular cameras. Let's say I want to delete this image. I hold the delete button. Again, I go OK or cancel, and when I let go of the OK, then it deletes it. So everything you have to hold. What I really like about this camera is that there's a button for everything. Yes, the menu is a little complicated to get through, but there's a button for everything. You actually don't need to go into the menu that much. So if you want to set your white balance, unlike your regular DSLRs right now, you have a white balance button. If you want to select the quality, you click the quality right here. So if you want to change your ISO, you'd have to click these two buttons together, and then you can change your ISO. It ranges from a low, which is 100, all the way to a high of 3200. If you want to change your one shot or servo, you just click on this autofocus button by itself and you can change it back and forth. If you just want to change the drive, hold these two buttons together and you can change it from high to low or just one shot. If you want to change the mode, you go from manual, you just hold this one button right here and you can change it as you like. So as you can see here, there's actually arrows indicating which two buttons you need to press, like the ISO, there's two arrows up and down, the drive, there's two buttons up in here, up and down over here, the autofocus by itself, the mode by itself, so on. This little mark here indicates where the sensor is sitting, so if you need to measure from the sensor on, like for example some lenses they say you need to be at a minimum of 6 centimeters. You're not measuring from here from the mount, you're actually measuring from this spot right here. Obviously you can mount a flash onto this camera. It does not come with an on-camera flash, thank God, because those are pretty horrible. This button, if you click on it, it illuminates the menu up here and down here as well. If you want to turn off the battery grip, it'll still obviously charge, but you won't have any functionalities over here. Sometimes you want to turn it off in case like you're holding the camera all awkward and you press the button by accident, so there's a reason why they have the button there in case you want to turn it off. If you want to select your auto focusing points, default it comes over here, this button, but you can also program it to work on this button over here, which is what I did, which is pretty close to the shutter button. It's easier for me to work off of. Overall, it's a little bit of a learning curve to get used to all these buttons, especially if you're coming from a smaller crop sensor camera or a newer camera. Once you get used to them, it actually is a lot easier actually, because they have a button for everything. You don't have to jump into the menu. Your eye could be through the viewfinder the whole time, and if you know where to place your hands, you can pretty much map out all the buttons without even looking away. When it comes to connectivity, you have here a PC, I think, something to sync the flash. It's like an older system. Now we have TTL and slate flash. Don't be discouraged, this still works with TTL, by the way. This is a FireWire. There's no other way to connect it to your computer, so if you have a newer MacBook Pro or anything like that, forget about connecting this camera to the computer. You'd only just be able to transfer your images through a CF card reader. Speaking of card readers, to open up the memory slot, you just lift this up, you twist it, and there is a button that you click to take out your CF card, and this camera comes with a maximum memory of 2 GB. You can obviously put higher gigabyte memory cards in there. However, the camera, when you format it in the camera, it'll only format it into a 2 GB slot. So there's no point of getting a bigger memory card. Also, the RAW files come in a TIFF format, not a CR2, which is what I was used to. Finally, to take the lens on and off, just like any regular Canon camera, you press this button here, you twist to take it out. And look at the size of this sensor, or this mirror, actually it's huge compared to my crop sensor. Now, even though this camera is a 1.3 crop, it still takes only EF lenses. To take the battery out, it's a two-step process. There's a number 1 here and there's a number 2 here. So what you do is you pull this down, you twist it to the left, you click this button, and then you pull the battery out. When you're putting it back in, you're pushing it in, you're twisting it up, and you're closing it. and that's it. And now we're gonna go out and take some pictures with it so you can see the picture quality. Alright guys, so we're out here on a farm in New Jersey. I'm gonna get a chance to test out this camera and see if it holds up in 2018. Let's get started. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It took about like over a week to make, so if you found any value in this video, do me a huge favor, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Until next time, peace!